one, number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Here I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting.
Welcome to what many consider to be the new home for boxing. We are in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia at Kingdom Arena. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. Jones Jr. He won world titles at 4 different weight classes, including...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is...
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. The courage on display here is incredible. Lucky that hook didn't score. Beautiful counter shot. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on earth.
Blocks that jab. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. Back and forth they go. Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter. He misses with that straight left. Good counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
Here we go. It's round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
Straight right just misses. Drop their guard, they get caught. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Misses with the straight left. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
The perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. They've got the momentum. There's the bell to start round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Incredible work rate. Big whiff with the right hook. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Hey, those punches add up. Beautiful counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3 full-shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been...
Here we go. Nice job blocking the hook. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Caution is being thrown to the wind. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe. And the second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain, never brawn.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. As bad as boxing. On to the fifth we go. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Swing and a miss with the left hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he misses with that straight left. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Jab misses. Both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Now you start. There's the bell to start round 6. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
The counter punch, and the big cat goes down. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You still want to...
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
We're at the halfway point, and there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Through the left uppercut, but it misses. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
You're being put down. You've got to think right.
And there's the bell for round 7. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
punching just got countered. Can't land the jab there. There's a counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Well done with that counter shot. Shot lands. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that lap. There's the bell to start round 8. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
His stamina is off the charts. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skillful.
How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.